It is that time again. We are talking Mayans MC Season 4, Episode 1 and 2, because this was a double episode premiere. I mean, what, almost 2 hours of Mayans. And boy, did this start off as a bang. So once again, this is a spoiler review. So if you haven't seen the episodes, go ahead and watch it. It is on Hulu. They come out at 12 midnight, basically. So how it's I'm gonna do a video review of the 2 episodes, but for now on, I'm actually gonna do live spoiler reviews every, what would you say, Wednesday nights at 12 a.m. Pacific time. So if you guys want to join me on those every Wednesday night spoiler reviews, but today we're going to do in a video format and give you my thoughts and overall of this crazy 2-pack episode. And off the bat, I enjoyed the hell out of these 2 episodes. I thought they delivered on the aspect of me looking forward to the rest of the season. I'm seeing a lot more, not as fluffy, but I said that last season too. So I'm kind of just like waiting to see how these episodes, as we keep moving on from episode to episode, how they pan out. Because last season, I think it started off really strong, but then it started to lose focus. And I think this season hopefully stays on focus, stays on track with a lot of the storylines that are just mind blowing, that we're kind of like cranking a lot of things along. There's still tension in both the Mayans, just overall general club, and then there's also tension now at the end of episode 2 with this Sons of Anarchy and what we might get there. So let's go from episode 1 to episode 2. So I'm gonna kind of like bounce all over the place. No really order in this, even though I said I hope this season stays focused. My reviews won't be necessarily focused. It's basically my thoughts and what worked and what kind of didn't work. And I thought episode 1, you kind of have to suspend disbelief because like I'm watching the episode and I'm having a great time watching it. It's really action packed. It's really tense. You're wondering who's going to live, who's going to die, if any of them are going to make it out. Like you would think that some of the members might go, but then you kind of saw who's going to have a prominent role of the season. I mean, I believe the actors who play Hank, Creeper, I think they were at one point announced that they were going to have a bigger role, which I love that Creeper in these first 2 episodes has a bigger role, because I think I'm kind of seeing that he might be somewhat of a little bit of the heart of this season, because I really going just a little bit towards episode 2. Was it episode 2? I believe episode 2. I'm just going to bunch them together. His storyline of him getting the power generators or the big old lights, and then him, pretty much almost sacrificing himself for the club just to get these generators. And not only that, but just his struggle. He is an addict too, and his struggle and knowing where Coco's position is, and him finding maybe love. Like Creeper's character, I'm really looking forward to. I think there's something there. When great series or just overall good series, they always have your side characters, but there's always a side character that you kind of root for and you want to see more of. And you don't necessarily need him to be the leading man, but his character and his story is always something that intrigues audience. It could be a him, it could be a her. You could just name so many series out there like The Sopranos, which I just watched, and how side characters like Vito and even I love Sylvie, even though he's kind of like one of the or Sil, which he's kind of like one of the main characters. But like little characters here and there. I think Vito is the best example of like his story. You didn't think that it was going to go intrigue you as much as it did, and intrigued, and then you're invested. So I think Creeper's story, we could be very much invested. If there's a little spark there. So it has to be done absolutely right, but it's just a spark. Let's see what they do with it. So the whole suspending of disbelief, I'm going to just lay it down real quick here. Where were the cops? That was one thing. Like, there's no way, no law enforcement does not hear the noise that's going on over there at the compound. I know the was it Rosa? She tried to call the cops. She tried to call 911. Even then, I believe the dispatchers is able to locate their location if it's I don't, I'm not necessarily quite sure on that, but at some point this first episode there was so much hollering and shooting and explosions. How is there not law enforcement at that compound? As for Rosa, she did. The chick who ran out, one of the bartenders, she gone. Now I know who was crying on. I thought it might have been Emily, but it was her in the previews that she's the one that ran out, and she said she wasn't with them, and then she got shot. Another thing too is Concha is like he's rolling. Not I thought at the end of season finale last season, it didn't look like just 50. It looked like a lot, and I know they took out quite a bit at the compound, but still, I mean, I would feel like you would be able to overrun that compound very kind of easily. I feel like there should have been. They kind of just stood out there for a little bit when they were out. They outmanned the Mayans, Bishop and all them and their whole crew. So it was a little weird. And then also, so there's like a suspense of disbelief, right? I mean, the people who died during this invasion are the characters we don't even really know and we don't really even care about. I thought maybe Hank would die. I did get fooled. I did think Angel, like, dude, did he just die? That would have been a crazy outcome. I don't know why I was thinking that. It's just too soon for Angel to pass. But even Taza is still alive. Taza is still alive. So I'm just kind of, you could have gave me one big casualty, but it's kind of cool that we do still have the members alive because I think they do deserve more justice and more screen time because we just don't, like I said last season, we just don't have a lot with them to really feel an impact of a death. I think the only one that what might have been, was I would give the okay with is Taza, but it seems like they want to do more with him too going forward. So there's a little suspense of disbelief, but overall, I did like a lot of the actions, a lot of the shots. There was a little bit of a jarring kind of execution when it comes to fighting on the rooftop, getting easy. By all means, some of these guys should have been dead, like just dead. Creeper should be dead. Easy should be dead. Another one too was when Gilly and Coco come into the picture. They're able to, I forgot what they said, but they're able to get into the compound through the roof, and they were ambushed when they got there, or not ambushed I would say, but got shot at. They had all the ammo. They were all looking for the guns and the ammo. Where the fuck are they? They had them because you remember Gilly went to go save Coco and Hope. So they so they find a path to get into the compound, and I'm just thinking, like, so why don't you use that same path to get out of the compound? Why are you guys staying in that, like, go the same route how these guys got in? But it is what it is. Hank gets shot in the leg. You have all these. It's just a lot of time of them just kind of being sitting ducks. They're out of ammo. Of course, Conche probably doesn't know that, but still, I feel like these guys, maybe they wanted them to make an example of Easy's plan. To go take me, leave everybody else. Foolish plan, but. You got that. That's one of the things with Easy's character is what you really like is basically he's willing to lay down for others to live. So that's cool that the writers put that in, so you could really care more about Easy too. Ezekiel. So there's definitely, I don't even want to call it nitpicks because there is like issues you got to address when it comes to stuff like that. But my enjoyment factor of the first episode was really, really through the roof. I was really loving it until like the commercials kept on coming on. But I do feel like it is a little jarring at some moments, but overall, I mean, that's exactly where you want to start off a season premiere. Is you want to start off with a bang, right? You want to start off where you left off, and I'm glad they started off where we left off, and then actually showing a lot of the back and forth, the struggles, right? The Concha being absolutely pissed at Ezekiel scene, saying, "I saw you." I feel like Concha should have been way more burnt though. And then them implementing, like, some of the was it Yuma, some of the members unconscious side didn't really want to attack the Santo Padre side, because there is some, and you see this later on with Ezekiel and the one guy, I can't remember, the one member who they fought on the roof, which I thought he was dead. I thought Ezekiel killed him, but apparently he's alive, and they kind of make amends of like, hey, I try to kill you, you try to kill me, but listen, we're all Mayans, we're all brothers. So, and that's very kind of like, it's funny that Kanji says, your brothers, you killed your brothers, when they just got in a big old fight in the hotel, and like there was some, I'm pretty sure a lot of them were, I think there was a couple of casualties on there. It's an inner war, so it's kind of funny him giving that speech, but the speech was still pretty good. When Ezekiel starts speaking, how he wants to come out and leave everybody, out of it, let everybody go, especially Nails, since Nails is pregnant. I was getting a lot of Jax Teller vibes and a lot of Charlie Hunnam voice work right there. It really felt like a Charlie Hunnam, Jax Teller kind of moment right there when Ezekiel is yelling at Concha. So this was a really exciting I did feel like it went a little bit too long. But overall, I mean, I really, really enjoyed the hell out of this first episode. What I really like seeing is, I know that's my boy Bishop, but you're seeing the downfall of Bishop. You're seeing that he's not probably going to live after this season. I said last season, and I'm kind of glad they didn't kill him off last season, because if they're really kind of showcasing this downfall this season and really hammering it home, because he's off the marbles. He's off. He doesn't have a plan. They ask him, "What's the plan, Bishop?" This is their leader, and he doesn't have a plan. He doesn't have a plan. He just has a mentality of, we're going down with the ship. Now, he's right in some aspects when he's calling out people like, what you are telling Angel, you know what you signed up for. You know what you got yourself into, because all these men are not or have sin in their hands. Like Ezekiel said, he almost killed Conche's kid. I mean, they all have blood on their hands. Bishop knows this. Bishop knows that, if this is how it goes, we're going to go down. We're going to go down pretty much fighting. But also but not knowing that, listen, you have Nails who's pregnant, you have all the other waitresses, or the ladies in the house, like they're innocent, and Ezekiel makes a point, like, these guys didn't have nothing. They're just here. They are not part of the club. Like, they are not official members here. They're innocent. This baby did not spill any blood, so they shouldn't have to have to be punished for their sins. So Ezekiel, it looks like the show is really showcasing that, yes, Ezekiel, I don't know if he's going to be president. I don't think it's right yet. The time is right, but I guess it is. It is season 4. So it's kind of showcasing that Ezekiel might become president. He's the level-headed. He's the one that is willing to lay down. He's showing leadership. Bishop does show some qualities, like he's a leader, but Ezekiel is a different kind of leader, and he's willing to give his life for the crew, while Bishop is willing to sacrifice everybody and himself, and just really, instead of finding another method of solving a problem. So it's interesting to see the show that they're really showcasing the discontent, the split between Bishop and Ezekiel. when it comes to different leaders, how they handle situations. We've seen that in last season. Now we're seeing it in this season. So this is a very interesting aspect, and I'm looking forward to that aspect moving forward. I thought it was fantastic to finally see, though, the club coming together, fighting off all these other Mayans, and really showcasing the brotherhood, right? Really showcasing that they're willing, even though it's still not like, let's say, the Sons of Anarchy series and how they showcase that brotherhood. It's good to really start off in the get-go season 4 and really showcase that, yeah, these are all guys who have been with each other for a while. Even though I couldn't stand when Coco really was lying out of his teeth. I mean, I get it. He can't really tell Bishop the truth because they're at that moment. Why not tell him the truth? They're all going to die anyway. But saying that his daughter was getting into stuff and Gilly kind of backing him up on it, even though he didn't want to. Oh man, Coco was once like one of the best characters. Now he's drawing as one of the most kind of despicable character. You're not really feeling Coco at this point, these last couple seasons. We'll see if that changes. They might be kind of done with the whole addiction storyline, maybe, hopefully, because I really don't think it worked last season. But if we get the old Coco back, it's really, really great. There is some humorous moments in the episode too, which I really liked. But that moment, yeah, I was like, come on. But it's good to see that the whole crew was working together. And when Ezekiel sacrifices himself and he goes out there to Conche, it was good to see like everybody follow with him. Everybody just saying like, hey, if one brother goes down, we all go down. The only one that was really just out of it and just he was finished was Taza. I mean, it's reasonable. He just confessed. He's just kind of done with everything. That's why I'm kind of surprised they kept him alive. What I'm really surprised though is Taza telling Bishop, yes, the certain things he's done. But he didn't talk about Montez. I don't think Bishop knows about Montez. And we see that at the end of season episode 2, which we'll see, which I'll talk about. Yeah, like everything in the first episode, there's so much to kind of unpack, so much to talk about. But I did think the direction too, a lot of it really looked, I mean, the night shots, the cinematography really looked great, especially when they're throwing the cocktails. You see this fire and you see a lot of you're at first it was a little bit dark where I was like, I can't really see too much, but then you kind of, as the episode kept on going, you really kind of visualized and saw a lot of the things were going. One of the best moments in the episode I really liked was Hank. I feel so bad for Hank. I really want Hank to get a girl. It seems like everybody's getting a girl this season. Hank does not. He kind of looks over the nails and Angel, and he wants that, but he knows the only one that's there for him, the only one that he's care for, and only one that he wants to talk to at that moment is his mom. And then he calls his mom, even though knowing that he might die. That was a really good moment. There's a lot of good moments in these 2 episodes, which I really appreciate. So the whole resolve thing, I think we said that was one of the options, that Marcus was going to come in and stop everything. Like I said, it's really, really funny how there's no law enforcement, and of course Marcus comes at the right time when Angel's about to get his head blown off. So they have them all lined up like in the trailer, and Marcus comes in. It was like a how convenient kind of moment. But I'm okay with it. The whole episode was definitely a lot to kind of unpack. There was a lot of go, action, but then yet there was a lot of like moments where everybody was collecting their thoughts. Everybody was having a realization that might be the time that we're going to die. So first episode, really good, really great out the back. Like, just really, really getting you psyched and like ready for the next episode. I was really looking forward to watching episode 2 because after the Marcus Holt and him coming, this is my club. Now, the rules of the clubs of whether he can be patched back in, this and that, whatever, honestly, there's some things that we don't necessarily know. Kind of, I sometimes rules are meant to be broken, I guess. I absolutely love. I don't want not like the very start of the episode because there is a time skip. There's like a 4 month time skip, and you see Ezekiel doing his little exercise, but and then you see Bishop coming to the club. You're kind of wondering like, so you see all these motorcycles in there, and there is a truce, so to speak. I believe Yuma or Conche takes over the pipeline. I think I'm not quite sure. But I love the shot of Bishop just going through the club and seeing all these different, all these different the members that they were fighting against now at the club, and him going towards the main table, him looking at the head seat, but going next to it, and then, ooh, dude, the love I have for Alvarez coming into that table and going to the main seat with the and then just hitting the hammer, right, or the jobble, whatever it's called. Dude, it was so good to see him back in the cut, man. That's where he belongs. He belongs in the leadership table, and I love it. I think he's gonna have a prominent season. He's gonna have a mucho season. Him being back as the main boss and really looking over all the clubs and all the charters. I love it. I thought it was great. I was a happy man seeing that. So the episode 2 starts off, and there is a lot of tension. It's a kind of a truce going on between all the charters and the Santo Padre, and then Bishop just will not let it go. He's a man that's just he's broken. He's probably embarrassed. His crew is holding on by a hair. They're saying they back him up, but honestly, I think a lot of them in their feelings, like, dude, I don't think you're. I don't know. They're really questioning Bishop, and Bishop looks like an unhinged, crazy man. He doesn't look very confident. He looks like he just is out for blood. Especially with Taza. There was a moment with him and Taza which I really liked. There's a lot of great character interactions in these 2 episodes. I thought that was one of them. Was Taza says, "I'm all for you," and him mentioning like, well, if you want to take out Alvarez, Conche, like it's like Taza knows there's nothing left, man. The only person he's gonna ride or die for is Bishop. He should be dead already. Bishop telling him the only reason you're not dead was some sense of like loyalty or whatever, but they're not good. They are not good. So I did like that interaction between the two. Bishop is one of my favorite characters in the Mayans because he's the most interesting. I think he's one of the most interesting. The actor plays him does a fantastic job with that character. So seeing Bishop's downfall, I'm actually all for it. I think that this is a great move by the writers to showcase that their Bishop and the last season, the way that whole thing ended for his character, this is kind of the only outcome I could see this season. And I don't think he's going to live past this season. I don't think he's going to just relinquish power and he's just very unhinged. He's a broken man. I just don't see him coming back. So we'll see how the whole season plans out, but I'm liking what they're doing with Bishop's character. Ezekiel, it seems like a man from his past when he was in jail is going to be coming back. He has a rift with his father still, I think, for the whole Gabby situation. Gives word of advice with Angel when he should be taking the advice, and he kind of does. He gets a dog. He meets another, I forgot what her name was, but a person who works there who I think is the new character. She looks just like Nails. What was going on there? I think she looks just like Nails. So I believe that's who he kisses in the trailer, but looks just like Nails. Nails and Angel's relationship, I don't like it. I really not feeling it. I don't feel the chemistry there. We all know Angel is not really a married man type of kind of guy. I think I'm interested to see where Adelita is. I think even the Angel and Adelito is okay. I think Angel's relationship in the show wise, I just don't really care for. I do like the fact that he did have at one point have a child that child is gone, and he's still hurting from that. As a father, I understand that. Not the necessarily of the not having a child in their life anymore or going to have a child. I have a child. How do I say this? I understand the pain he's feeling because of the thought process of losing a child would absolutely devastate me, and not even having a chance to be a father. So he is trying to do good by nails, but I think that's going to all go on the wayside later on. He's just a man. I've seen this before. Many people in real life where, yes, they are good people, but sometimes they just, they're not the marrying type of people. They have relationships and long relationships, but there's never a time where like they just could stick with one. So I think that's kind of Angel's personality and how he is. But that doesn't necessarily mean he's not going to be a great dad. So, I just don't think, I'm just not buying the whole Nails and Angel relationship. I don't think that's going to work out. What I really did like, though, is the Coco and Hope. And I really did like Hope in this episode. I think Hope, hopefully, there's not, it's going to happen where she's going to have to go, maybe Coco too, where the drugs will be calling. But in this episode, I really did like Hope. I did see, I saw something. I saw when she was she has, a job where she's a cashier at it looks like a grocery store. And you just see her just kind of like zoning out. And that's, to me, my thought process was like, she is probably feeling that's why she probably loved being on drugs and stuff, because there is no kind of necessarily worries and doing the day by day stuff. Like once we get out of school, we go work, we try to make $1. Like there's that aspect that all it is work, get paid, and do whatever you want to do in life with little money you have, or as much money as you have. With her, it's just, it's the grind. It's her being in there and having to do this all the time. And I think she's feeling it. But I love the moment when she's just cuddling with Coco and she's generally happy. She's laughing. He's asleep. And I do like that relationship. I do like Hope in this episode. I thought Hope was great. I think Hope and Letty, I hope that relationship, it seems like they're going to try to build a relationship between those two as like friendly, try to Letty to maybe understand Hope and her situation, vice versa. I mean, they already had a little bit of back and forth in the last season. So I'm very interested. And I think they want to, for Letty, they want, Letitia, they're trying to, give this actress something, and Hope is in the picture. So I think this is a good team up right here. I think this is a good, if they're done right and executed right, we could have a really good character interactions between these two throughout the season. So I really liked Hope in this episode. I thought I was going to go 2 episodes with, my God, not seeing Emily, but there's Emily. Emily's working as a waitress. I don't care. I don't care about Emily. If I'm supposed to feel sorry for her, you should not. You should not feel sorry for her. She knew what this life was. She knew who she married. If that was the case, I would have felt sorry for Carmela. Carmela knows what Tony Soprano was doing. She knew what the consequences would be. There's no blinding of what this is. So with Emily, I don't care. But I think the only question I had was like, where was her son? So we'll see how that goes. The other question is, so there is mention of Galindo and how 4 months have gone by and how I forget the cartel's names, but the new cartel, the new generation, and then the other cartel, how basically Galindo is probably dead because there's no way they were going to let him live like this long. So either they put that in there because, maybe that's the end of the whole Galindo saga if they don't get renewed for another season, or it's a smart move, or they can have him come back. If we do get renewed, they can have him come back for the next season or at the season finale. We'll see. There was also mention of Nestor, I believe, and Nestor's dead, I think. So there was a lot of like dialogue in here and a lot of didn't see just explained kind of stuff. So I'm going to take that with a grain of salt because we know that Marcus and Nestor had a truce and they understood each other. So he probably maybe have him just, go off to the sunset, do your own thing. I won't say a word. With Galindo, Miguel, that's an interesting aspect. Like we did see him take off. So where is he? I don't believe he's dead. So I'm going to take it with a grain of salt and think that these two are fine, and we might see them in the season finale or later on in the season or next season. We'll see. Hank visiting Marcus. Marcus, knowing that, did see Ezekiel make truce with the guy, and I think Marcus already knows that Ezekiel is the future, that he wants him to one day maybe take over not only that charter or just overall overlook everything like Marcus has. Marcus needs a successor, right? Maybe. Let's get down to the meat and potatoes though. So we'll see. So Hank and Marcus have that little conversation. So Marcus knows that Bishop is unhinged and he might have to take him out because Bishop is just not laying down and not listening, so to speak. What else is in here? Creeper, like I said, Creeper's in her. I didn't think I was gonna like the him in the talking. What was it? The counseling or the class or the rehab class or whatever. Blanking a little bit. But I liked it. I ended up liking it. He didn't really make a lot of sense to me. I didn't understand it. I guess I would have to look back and kind of like, okay, I understand it now. But him interaction with that girl who came out, who is definitely feeling on Creeper. What a creep. Just creeping, just creeping. I like that interaction. I like Creeper's whole thing that they're going on right here. So that was good. There's so much good positive points in these first two episodes that the only thing I'm not going to go hip hip hooray yet. I have to see if this sustains. It has to be consistent because a lot of these seasons haven't been consistent and they kind of whimper out towards the end. So far so good, especially with other characters like, Gilly's interaction with Coco is still there. I hope they give Gilly a little bit more to do. I do like the fact that, he has his back. He's always bitching about everything though. The aspect of the other members at the Santa Padre Club or charter or the compound is really great because it always brings tension. It always brings that thought of like something can happen and something is going to happen. So let's get into it. So one of the chicks who they call her the Justin Bieber. I know she's been there for last season too. She slept with Angel. She had enough of getting name called and stuff. So she goes towards the just gonna leave, and you see a lot of butterflies, which I was kind of weird that there's a lot of butterflies everywhere. I guess that's I'm pretty sure there's a thing where like you decompose bodies, there's butterflies everywhere. This is probably what happens in real life. I'm not sure. I don't know. Let me know if you guys know. So she sees one of the barrels that they're kind of they're going towards this one barrel, and she opens the barrel, and now's the barrel that Montez's body was in, I believe, that was getting decomposed. Yet the patch the cut, it's still intact. I can't remember if Taza just put him. I think he just put him in that one. Yeah, definitely just put him in that one barrel. Taza did not tell Bishop anything about like Montez being in there. Which, come on, Taza. There's still not like with Coco and Taza. There is, I guess the message is if you're not going to tell the full truth, it's always still going to bite you in the ass, right? If you have, it's just not good to lie or to hold out information that's going to benefit your club, knowing that, oh shit, we have this situation, or to why is the barrel still there? Why is the barrel still there? So she finds the cut. She tells her sister, and her sister, I guess, is one of the girls who is with the who works, or one of the ladies, the old ladies or whatever, in the Sons of Anarchy compound. And San Bernardino, I think that's is that the charter that she was at. I can't remember. I was trying to look at the patch and see what charter it was. but I can't really tell, and I can't really recognize these guys either. I don't remember if they were in the last previous seasons or whatever. But they show one of the I think that guy was one of the presidents or something. What's that? He can't be president. I don't know. He might be president. I'm not sure. They show one of the members, the Sons of Anarchy members, the cut, and they're already trying. They did have a meeting early on in the episode where they were contemplating like, what do we do with these guys? They came and stepped on our territory. With like Happy already warned them, and that's a disrespect. While everybody's like, no, just leave it be. War is not good for business. They're gonna eat each other alive, and then we'll come and get the bones. This can't be overlooked now. Now we're gonna have a war. And this has been teasing. This has been like setting up this big old war of Mayans and Sons. We've seen this before. We've seen this in the beginning of Sons of Anarchy. So for me, it's exciting. But then when I really think about it, I mean, before I was like, yes, let's do it. But now I'm just like, but we've already seen this, really, honestly. I guess I would be more invested if we get, I have to see more of the Sons members, so I would be more invested if I get more characterization, get to know more of the Sons of Anarchy members, so I know who, it's like every kind of other TV show too that is able to showcase the villainry side, which they're all villains if you think about it, or just overall, just both sides of who's going to war. That's what makes compelling television. So I need to see both sides, and I really need to get to know both sides for compelling television, right? Mayans has done somewhat of a good job because we do know who Ramos was, Conche, and we did see some of their people. And then, it's a civil war. So civil war we haven't really seen in in this kind of universe or in this, So, but we've seen the Sons and we've seen the Mayans. We knew who was playing both sides. We knew Marcus was the big guy. We knew Ron Perlman's Clay was the big guy. So, and then we knew when they aligned themselves and there was end of war, that was great too, because we knew we've been following these two, factions. So going forward, once we get this war, I hope that they do give some time to really showcase the Sons of Anarchy side and who's the players to play in this type of war. We know the charming side, but how much do we know about all the other charters? So that's going to be an interesting play going forward. I think that's what everybody's looking for. So I just wanted to there's a lot to unpack. I'm going to talk way more, definitely different kind of storylines they're trying to introduce. I'm definitely all in on this season. I think hopefully the ratings are up. Excuse me. Excuse me, guys. Hopefully the ratings are up, and it's just like last season though. They started off strong, so I'm not gonna go super success yet. I gotta see how these episodes play out, but I do like the stuff they're setting up and the character interactions and just overall kind of the mood they're at. Even though it's funny when Angel gives that when he goes into Ezekiel's little RV, Ezekiel's like, oh, there's beer in the compound. He's like, oh, everybody's moody over here, and then he's just talking crap about his RV and like, this is depressing in here. That's pretty funny. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed both the episodes. I thought it was definitely a hit. There is some things that, suspense of disbelief. I can't believe some of these characters and their decision making. But overall, I thought it was very tight. I thought, other than the first episode which was like, like I said, action and then slow moments. I thought that was kind of paced a little oddly, but it still kind of worked. The second episode was way more better paced, more tighter. So far I am liking a lot of just the feel of these two episodes and where we might go. And then absolutely liking the pacing of it. This seems like there's not, when they are showing more of the slower moments, it's kind of impactful. And when they are speeding up a lot of the moments, it's very, you're engaged in it. There's questions, but you kind of like let it slide because you're having a good time watching these two episodes. Great two episodes. I thought they did a great job. Like I said, we'll see how it goes, guys. I want to let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think this was a fantastic 2 episodes? Did you have any problems with stuff? Comment below. Let me know what your favorite kind of storyline going forward, because there is some stuff. You got the Sons of Anarchy versus Mayans. You still have the Mayans tensions. You have Marcus maybe taking out Bishop. Do you like Hope and Letitia? Maybe they're a bond they might have. Because even though, Letitia is talking shit, I think that they're going to become stronger later on in the season. Do you think Coco is completely winged? You think he's completely fine now? How did you feel about him lying again to Bishop's face? So let me know what you guys think. What did you take out of these 2 episodes? And what are you looking forward going forward? So that's all I have to say. We're going to have a podcast on Sunday, me and S.O.A Sandra. So we'll be covering more things I missed and your guys' questions too. And then, like I said, next week, since these do come out at midnight on, was it Tuesday night on midnight, so Wednesday morning, I will be doing live spoiler reviews where you can ask me a bunch of questions and we could talk, and I can give you my once again what I thought about the episode and hear what you guys had to say. So thank you guys again. I'm Dan Manic and Daniel's son. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, like the video, and comment below. Let me hear your guys' thoughts. I am out of here, guys. See ya.